Sir, my concern is not whether God is on our side. My greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. How many legs does a dog have if you call his tail a leg? 4. Saying that a tail is a leg doesn't make it a leg. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live by the light that I have. I must stand with anybody that stands right, and stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he goes wrong. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation will be the philosophy of government in the next. I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. The ballot is stronger than the bullet. Government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish from the earth. I will prepare, and someday my chance will come. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can. And I mean to keep on doing so until the end. We the people are the rightful masters of both Congress and the courts, not to overthrow the Constitution, but to overthrow the men who pervert the Constitution. Don't worry when you are not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition. As I would not be a slave, so I would not be a master. This expresses my idea of democracy. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. I am a firm believer in the people. If given the truth, they can be depended upon to meet any national crisis. The great point is to bring them the real facts. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. That some achieve great success is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. If this is coffee, please bring me some tea. But if this is tea, please bring me some coffee. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. Marriage is neither heaven nor hell. It is simply purgatory. He has a right to criticize, who has a heart to help. The shepherd drives the wolf from the sheep's throat, for which the sheep thanks the shepherd as his liberator, while the wolf denounces him for the same act as the destroyer of liberty. Plainly, the sheep and the wolf are not agreed upon a definition of liberty. We should be too big to take offense and too noble to give it. This country, with its institutions, belongs to the people who inhabit it. Whenever they shall grow weary of the existing government, they can exercise their constitutional right of amending it, or exercise their revolutionary right to overthrow it. My dream is of a place and a time where America will once again be seen as the last best hope of earth. I like to see a man proud of the place in which he lives. I like to see a man live so that his place will be proud of him. When you have got an elephant by the hind legs and he is trying to run away, it's best to let him run. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. The dogmas of the quiet past are inadequate to the stormy present. The occasion is piled high with difficulty, and we must rise with the occasion. As our case is new, so we must think anew and act anew. No man is good enough to govern another man without the other's consent. No matter how much cats fight, there always seem to be plenty of kittens. A friend is one who has the same enemies as you have. Whenever I hear anyone arguing for slavery, I feel a strong impulse to see it tried on him personally. A house divided against itself cannot stand. You have to do your own growing no matter how tall your grandfather was. If I were two-faced, would I be wearing this one? Let's have faith that right makes might, and in that faith let us, to the end, dare to do our duty as we understand it. I remember my mother's prayers, and they have always followed me. They have clung to me all my life. Discourage litigation. Persuade your neighbors to compromise whenever you can. As a peacemaker, the lawyer has superior opportunity of being a good man. There will still be business enough. Those who deny freedom to others deserve it not for themselves, and under the rule of a just God, cannot long retain it. The best way to get a bad law repealed is to enforce it strictly. With malice toward none, with charity for all, with firmness in the right, as God gives us to see the right. Let us strive on to finish the work we are in, to bind up the nation's wounds. Avoid popularity if you would have peace. I want it said of me by those who knew me best, that I always plucked a thistle and planted a flower where I thought a flower would grow. The things I want to know are in books. My best friend is the man who'll get me a book I ain't read. Labor is prior to, and independent of, capital. Capital is only the fruit of labor, and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. Labor is the superior of capital, and deserves much the higher consideration.